Toodaloo, motherfuckers. We taking. We not putting it in now. These titties out. And I've been struggling to unbig my back for 30 days and 30 nights, so let a bitch struggle in peace. Decorative Trinidadian fish. A railroad track. Come back now, you hear? So welcome to Leia's Math. So y'all, I filmed this a few days ago. It went horrible. I filmed for 2 hours. I edited about 15 minutes of it, and it was bad. So I was just like, let's do this again, because I felt like that first one wasn't the best. I was talking all over the place. So I wrote down notes this time, and I'm just praying. I'm not praying. This is going to come out right, y'all. Since this is my first episode, I wanted to give y'all a glimpse of who I am in this first episode before we kind of get into the topics of what this podcast will be, because I feel like we're going to probably talk about a whole plethora of things, and the way that I think about things can be a little bit different than the typical person. I'm a mother, I'm a wife, I'm a veteran, I'm a sister, I'm a daughter, I'm all the things. I'm Black. I gotta say that. I think being Black is my superpower. Being a woman is my ultimate superpower. I stand 10 toes down in who I am wholeheartedly. No apologies. What you see is what you get. What you hear is what you get. I don't think I know everything. I think I know a lot. I mean, I can always learn more. Another part of me is I'm an anomaly. I'm the only person with my name in the whole entire world. And I think I'm the only person like me in the whole entire world. And if I'm not, I would love to meet somebody like me. I'm just me. Listen, sometimes you got to pick up yourself. I think when God made me, he was just picking ingredients and throwing it in a personality. I think he let the bottle just slip. He let all of it go in. Intelligence, he put most of it. He didn't put all of it in there. He made it enough. Emotions, he put a little sprinkle like Salt Bae. He did like that with emotions. Like, I'm gonna give you just a little bit. I think God was experimenting, and when he did that, I came out great. God does things in a certain way. I'm not religious whatsoever. I'm very spiritual though. I don't think many people that have met me have met another person like me either. Somebody can't come tell me something and I just automatically believe it. Because it's not always the truth. I don't want to think how everybody else thinks. I want to think like me. That's what Leia's Math is. I'm always the glass half full. Even if it's a bad situation, I'm the glass half full. I'm a Cancer, but I'm not emotional. I think logically. I don't do things off of emotions. Many people can do things off of emotions and not realize that those emotions can put you in really messed up situations. I think 99% of the time, I think logically. That 1% is half emotion, half logic. Another part of my personality is I'm very nonchalant. I don't be caring. I'm a real person. Don't be fake with me. If you don't like me, just come out and say you don't like me, because we can probably be cool after you tell me. I don't know if I can like a person's energy that say they don't like me, because it's like, if you don't like me, it's something wrong with you. It ain't me, it's you. That comes off as very cocky. And I'm okay with that. I feel like people's confidence should be at such a high that it's like nobody can knock them down from that, because if you feel the best about you, can't nobody break you. If another person is cool, I wouldn't have no reason not to like them. I would just look at it like, our personalities just don't mesh. The people that probably don't like me, they don't know me. It's hard not to like me. Like how? Houseway. You can talk to me about anything. I don't judge. I may give my opinion and you may not like my opinion. We all trying to figure it out. Why I wanted to start this podcast, I love talking. And I've been meaning to start this podcast since 2016. I was originally supposed to do it with a coworker, and then I was supposed to do it with another coworker. That didn't work out. At that point, God was just saying, Leia, you have to do it on your own. However you think and whatever you want to talk about, you don't need another person to feed off of. And now we're in 2025, going on 2026, and here I am. And I'm excited. When I tell y'all I'm super excited about this, it's so so much I want to say. It's so much I want to talk about. It's so much I want to get into. So I hope y'all ready. We gonna get into some real things. So let's talk about why I decided to call my podcast Leia's Mad. I spent a lot of time trying to think of what I wanted to call it. I told y'all I like to talk. So if I'm talking to somebody, we can have hypothetical conversations. I like to hear people's thoughts on things. When I decided to do my own podcast, I didn't know what to call it. I was having a conversation and I don't remember the conversation, but I'm going to give y'all a scenario. I'm using this because it will make sense for what Leia's Math is. Let's say we're talking about booty call hours. Do you think it's appropriate for somebody to invite the opposite sex over if they're in a relationship at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock? His response will be no, it's not appropriate. My response will be, if I want to fuck somebody at 2 o'clock in the morning or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, we're going to be fucking. So what does it matter when I invite them over? If you just want to hang out with somebody, and let's say that's the only time you can hang out, time doesn't exist. If that's not what you're trying to do, no matter what time it is, you're not doing it. His response was, that's Leia's math. And I'm like, 2 plus 2 is 4. To me and everybody else that know math. It took me a while to understand what that meant. You can think a certain way about things. And in your world, it makes perfect sense. But in the real world, that shit ain't real. Most people consider 10 o'clock at night to 7 o'clock in the morning as booty call hours. I don't know the cutoff time for booty call hours. I really don't think booty call hours exist. Once he said that and once I kind of really thought about it, I'm like, that's the title. That perfectly describes my podcast. Even the conversations that we're going to be having. You will have to think outside the box when you're hearing what I have to say. Somebody once told me, Talea, you make what don't make sense make sense. When I was in boot camp, my RTC told me, Talea, everybody can be on the right side on the field and you'll be the only person on the left. So I'm like, what, you calling me slow? It's not that he's calling me slow. He's saying you just don't think like nobody. Now that I'm at this age, I realize I'm so happy not thinking like nobody. It took me a long time to accept who I am. And now that I'm here, we're going to be here forever. Who cares what you've been taught? Who cares what somebody told you to believe? Everything that you've ever been taught, erase it and start over. How do you know you're a woman? How do you know you're a man? Somebody told you that when you were born, and as you grew up, you didn't know what you were. I read this book called Perfect Peace. So I read this book about 5 years ago. So I'm going to give y'all a synopsis of what it's about because I truly don't remember every detail. It took place in like the early 1900s when it was very much male and woman roles. She had 6 kids. She wanted a girl so bad that when she got pregnant for the last time, her midwife came in, delivered the baby, told her it was a boy. She said, don't tell nobody. I think she named the baby either Perfect or Peace because the name of the book is called Perfect Peace. When she come out the room, the baby is wrapped up. The daddy don't see the baby naked. The daddy only see the baby's face. She raised the little boy as a girl. She got him dressed as a girl. She fixed his hair as a girl. She bought him girl clothes. All he knew was that he was a girl. So as he was growing up with 6 brothers, he stayed in the house with his mom. He learned how to cook. He played with girls. Him and his brothers couldn't really play together because the mom made sure to keep them a little bit separated. She taught him to piece it down. She said, girls have a penis. I want to say he had to be about 7. Him and his brother that's right above him, I want to say that little boy was like 1.5 years older than him. They went out playing. His brother pulled his dick out to pee. He looked at it and he was like, how are you a boy? And he was like, what do you mean, how am I a boy? He said, you got what I got. And he said, no, you don't. Boys don't got penises. Because he was dressed in the dress. He was a girl. He had bows in his hair. And he pulled down his pants and showed his brother. And his brother flipped out. And he said, we got to tell daddy. I don't think they'll tell their dad until like a few days later. He never knew he was a boy. The point of me telling that story is to circumvent back to my original statement of how do you know that you're a girl or boy? You only know because somebody told you that. As you grow up, yes, you can figure out the truth. If you're going to listen to my podcast, you're going to listen to my podcast. Not if you're going to listen, but when you're going to be listening to my podcast, just step outside the box as I'm talking. Don't hear what I'm saying to react to what I'm saying, but just hear me out. I'm not trying to change nobody's opinion. I just want people to be okay with the fact that I think differently. It's not saying that I'm right and you're wrong. An opinion is an opinion. Neither one of us are right. Let's say you have 99% of people that say this one thing. It don't make it factual. It just means the majority of the people think this way. It don't make it fact though. This is off topic. When I filmed that first episode, I took an edible. I figured it'll take the edge off. It'll give me a more laid back type of thing. It did. I was all over the place, y'all. When I take an edible, my mind just races. I can't be doing edibles when I'm doing my podcast unless we just trying to have a little laid back, chill conversation. What's to come from this podcast? Yeah, I want to have conversations about relationships, marriages. I want to have discussions about racism, sexism, privilege. I want to have laid back conversations where we shooting the shit. I want to talk about a whole lot of things because I be thinking about a whole lot of things. Yeah, that's what's to come. I don't know how to close out this podcast. What do I say at the end? Come back now, you hear? I guess we gonna end this podcast like this, y'all. I want y'all to come back. I want y'all to hear me out. I want y'all to be open-minded as you hear me out. For all the things that I've ever learned that I don't agree with today, I still understand it. Y'all, it's 11:31 and I'm a mother and it's Sunday and the kids got school tomorrow. So we're going to end this here. I hope y'all enjoyed this redo. Even though y'all didn't hear the first one, y'all didn't want to hear that one. I'll probably be uploading episodes twice a week, once a week, something like that. I haven't really figured it out, but we're going to be uploading at least once a week. I hope y'all enjoyed this first episode. I hope y'all come back. Follow me on all the podcast streaming. Follow me on YouTube for the video version of this podcast. I don't know how to end this, so bye y'all.